Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Before starting the video, please subscribe and keep watching for more details videos. Disappointed, Ajla Tomljanovic speaks after losing to Coco Gauff at the US Open and gives her view on the match. Coco Gauff outlasted Ajla Tomljanovic in the opening round of the US Open. The WTA World number 3 was given a rapturous reception by her home crowd on Arthur Ashe Stadium. The 21-year-old is aiming to win her home Grand Slam for a second time and claim the third major of her career. But she was made to work hard for her victory against Ajla Tomljanovic, who ended Serena Williams' career at the 2022 US Open. Ajla Tomljanovic expresses her disappointment after losing to Coco Gauff at the US Open. For the second time in their careers, Tomljanovic and Coco Gauff played against each other under the lights at the US Open's Arthur Ashe Stadium. Gauff took control by winning the opening set, and she led the second set 4-2 and looked set to cruise to victory. But Tomljanovic broke back and proceeded to win the set 7-5, and the third set was a titanic battle for victory. Gauff led 5-3, but was thwarted by her opponent once again, so the set was level at 5-5. But the American fed off the energy from the home crowd to break back and hold serve as Gauff beat Tomljanovic 6-4, 6-7 too, 7-5. After the match, Tomljanovic rued her missed opportunities, but was happy to have played another night match inside Arthur Ashe Stadium. Pretty disappointed. I lost, so that's the overall feeling. But it was a great match. I definitely competed well. I think my level was good throughout the match and got better. Tomljanovic told reporters. It would just be really nice if I got the win. But I am going to try and not overthink it, and just take all the positives, as I think there were way more positives than negatives. Going into this match, I thought to myself, because nerves are always there, I thought I am going to prepare as well as I can and let instinct take over as it happened a couple of years ago, and it's exactly what happened. Any chance I get to play a night match on Ashe, I'm pretty happy. Coco Gauff said serving practice with new coach Gavin McMillan has been difficult. Gauff parted ways with coach Matt Daly in the build-up to the US Open. Reigning French Open champion Gauff now works with biomechanics coach Gavin McMillan in an attempt to fix her inconsistent serve. After winning her opening US Open match, Gauff explained how hard she had been working on her serve in the weeks leading up to the American Grand Slam. I was spending a lot of time on court literally serving until my shoulder was hurting, she said. It's like learning a new language. I know this is the part of my game that needs to improve if I want to get the results I want. That game where I served at 5-4 was definitely like an old habit, she said. The next game was a lot better. At 6-5 I told myself, trust the work we did on court. Ajla Tomljanovic sat quietly in the corner of the press room, a towel draped over her shoulders, her eyes still adjusting to the bright lights. The buzz of the US Open pulsed just outside the walls, but inside, there was a palpable hush. The Croatian-Australian, known for her grit and elegant baseline play, had just suffered a tough 3-set loss to American sensation Coco Gauff under the electric lights of Arthur Ashe Stadium. She sighed before leaning forward to speak. It hurts, Tomljanovic admitted, brushing a few damp strands of hair behind her ear. I'm disappointed, not just because I lost, but because I felt I was right there in that match, especially in the second set. I believed I could win tonight. The final score read 6-4, 5-7, 6-2 in Gauff's favor. But the numbers didn't tell the full story. A fight to the finish. Tomljanovic had entered the match as the underdog, facing a player 10 years her junior and riding a wave of form and fan support. Gauff, now a household name and a symbol of the next generation of tennis, was aggressive from the start. Her relentless court coverage and booming backhand set the tone early on. Still, Tomljanovic never let the match drift too far out of reach. In the second set, down 3-5, Tomljanovic fought off 2 match points, dug deep with sharp angles and fierce forehands, and managed to steal the set with a thrilling tiebreak comeback. Her roar echoed through the stands, and for a moment, it felt like momentum had shifted. That was the moment I thought, okay, we're even now. It's a fresh start, she said. But Coco, she responded like a champion. She raised her level, and I couldn't quite keep mine. The third set saw Gauff regain control, her first serve percentage climbing, her footwork never faltering. Tomljanovic, by contrast, began to show signs of fatigue, understandable for a player who's battled injuries over the past year and spent the last 48 hours in grueling matches. My legs were just not there in the end. That's the truth, she admitted. But I don't want to take anything away from her. Coco played better when it mattered most. A year of resilience. For Tomljanovic, 2025 has been a year defined by resilience. After missing the early part of the season due to a lingering knee injury, she returned to the tour with cautious optimism. Though her ranking dipped, her resolve never did. Throughout the summer, her performances grew stronger. Quarterfinal runs in Toronto and Cincinnati hinted at a comeback, and tonight's clash with Gauff confirmed her place among the game's fighters. To be honest, I'm proud, she said, pausing. If you told me 6 months ago I'd be playing night matches on Ash again, taking one of the top players to 3 sets, I might have smiled and said maybe. But deep down, I had doubts. She looked off to the side, her voice growing softer. Coming back from injury is one thing. Coming back with belief? That's a whole other battle. Facing the next generation, Tomljanovic has seen the game evolve. At 32, she's competed against Serena Williams, Maria Sharapova, Simona Halep, and now, players like Gauff, Iga Swiatek, and Emma Raducanu. The torch has been passed, and Ajla knows it. The pace is faster now, the rally's more physical, she reflected. And the younger players, they don't back down. Coco's composure at 21 is unreal, honestly. She didn't panic once, even when I had her on the ropes in the second. That says a lot. Yet, even in this new landscape, Tomljanovic remains a dangerous competitor, crafty, experienced, and perhaps most importantly, unshakably determined. I don't have the luxury of time anymore, she said with a wry smile. So every match means a little more now. Every win, every loss, it hits deeper. The human side of sport. Disappointment in tennis is often private. A player walks off the court and vanishes behind the curtain of recovery, media obligations, and flights to the next city. But Tomljanovic wears her emotions openly, and tonight was no exception. You dream of these matches, she said. Night session at the US Open, packed crowd, energy buzzing. And then when it ends, and you're the one packing your bags, it stings. Especially when you know you left something out there. There was a moment of silence as she collected her thoughts. But I don't want to be defined by a loss. Not this one, not any. I've learned to take something from every match, even when it sucks. Tonight reminded me that I can still hang with the best. That matters. What's next? With the US Open campaign behind her, Tomljanovic now looks to the fall swing, Beijing, Tokyo, and possibly the Billie Jean King Cup if selected. There's no retirement talk, no hint of walking away. I still love this. I still want it, she said, her voice suddenly resolute. Until that changes, I'll keep pushing. As the press conference wound down, a young reporter asked her what she'd say to herself if she could go back to the start of the year, injured, sidelined, and unsure. Ajla smiled for the first time. I'd say, it's going to be hard, but you're tougher. And somewhere down the line, under the lights in New York, you'll remember why you never gave up. And just like that, Ajla Tomljanovic stood, nodded politely, and walked out into the night. Disappointed, yes, but not defeated.